Okay, so for today's tutorial, we'll need a heating tool. You will need some gloves, cotton balls, sandpaper, cups to mix your epoxy. You will need a stick to mix the epoxy, the alcohol inks that you choose to use, rubbing alcohol to clean your cup, your tumbler, and I use Amazing Clear Cash. You can use whatever epoxy that you like to use. So you also need your cup turner. So let's get into it. Okay, so the way I start off, I take the sandpaper, and the noise is very annoying, so I do sand it really good. We sand. And once it's all sand, I really didn't sand it because I didn't want to do it in your ear too much. But I then take a cotton ball, some alcohol, and then I will clean the cup. Clean the cup. Make sure it's nice and clean. Cups are really dirty. Dirty. So after I finished, I spray painted my cup all black. Okay, so I then mixed 7.5 milliliters of part A and 7.5 milliliters of part B together. Make sure you scrape the sides of that cup because you want it as even as possible. You don't want your cup to not harden correctly. So you try to get all of the mixture out of that cup. Okay, so I think we got it pretty good. So now you will mix it, we say approximately 3 minutes, or until you don't see any, I don't know if you can see it, but you don't see any of the swirls or the fogginess. Make sure you scrape the sides and get the bottom well so that you can get everything evenly mixed. For this, I don't worry about the bubbles right now, but usually you would try to do it a little slower so you get less bubbles. But I use my heating tool so that I can get those bubbles out. Okay, so now I have my cup turner, I have my epoxy, and I have my alcohol inks right here. So now I'm just gonna go in with some epoxy. We're gonna get the cup nicely coated. Make sure you get all the way up to that rim, because you don't want to have the rim with no coloring on it. And make sure you also get the bottom of that cup as well. You want to make sure you have full coverage. Alright, and once you get that nicely covered, you're going to give it a little more of a coat, just so you can get that alcohol ink traveling on that cup. You want it to be able to move when you put the heating tool to it. Put just a tad more because I don't see it moving too much. Need it to move. And make sure again you are getting the bottom of that cup and all the way to the rim of your cup. All right, now And make sure you're always using a gloved hand when messing with the epoxy, because it can irritate the skin. Okay, so I do take this glove off once I am done with that, spreading that epoxy, because I don't like it on my hand really. So we're just gonna go in and we're gonna start to I hope you all can see good. Let's see, we're gonna go in and we're just gonna drops periodically. You see how it begins to run around that cup? And for this one, I'm using quite a bit of white because it is a black cup, and I do want the colors to mix well. I mean, not to fully mix, but to be seen on that black cup pretty well. And I put it right there at the tip, so it will get a little bit that goes off of the cup. And I go back in with some more of the whites, so we can, oopsies, I missed the whole cup, Lord. Alright, so let's see. We're gonna go in with some blue. Oops, I dropped a little too much right there, but it's okay. And no cup will ever be the same, I promise you. Like, you will never be able to make two of the exact same cups. Not exactly. You probably can get them pretty close, but nah, you won't make two of the same ones because it's kind of hard to do. Alright, so now that you got those alcohol inks up there, we're gonna go in with the heating tool, and we're just gonna move the colors. Just move the colors a little. I'm not sure if I can see. Alright, wonder if you can see it good. So it gives it a pretty really nice design. And again, this is how the colors they're nicely put on the cup, mixing together, swirling. And we did make sure we got the bottom as well, and to the top.